Welcome to Comics on Canes. It's Michael Yo. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast, man. It means so much for all you people subscribing. We're close to 1,300 subscribers, which is absolutely huge. Anytime, leave a comment, hit that like button, read your comments back on the podcast. My man Forrest, how are you, bro?
I'm good. My voice is almost back to normal.
Yeah, you've been like kind of out of it for like a week and a half, right?
Yeah, something, I don't know. I went to the doctor and they're just like, it'll get better. Cool. All right. They gave me some steroids. So
you're like, I paid for that. Okay. It'll get better.
Yeah. But it's on the mend. I'm on the mend.
So. Okay, good. Well, let's jump into it, man. ACC has some games. Florida State's off this weekend. Also, Georgia Tech is still on my mind because we lost to them. Oh, it still hurts. But we got big news yesterday or a couple days ago. Hayden Lowe flipped from USC to Miami, a close to 5-star defensive end, which is massive. So that made us Canes fan feel a little better, especially about the defense. So we got a great player coming on the defensive side of the ball. Dude is like 6'4", 6'5", 250. Supposed to be a beast, third best defensive end in the country in that category. So, hey, it's all love. It's all about the U. All right. ACC games this week. Let's do some predictions. Go for it for us.
All right. We'll save the big one for last. But
okay.
Here's one. I mean, Notre Dame. I don't know if think they're in the ACC, but they're playing Virginia. I don't even know what they're. By the way, what their little thing that they get to do is like. It's not BS, by the way. It's like
it's so BS, man. It's so much crap, right? Yeah. They get to kind of play whoever they want, and then they get to watch every team beat each other up in the conference championship, and then they'll get a spot,
Yeah, and they've had some okay wins. They lost to Northern Illinois, who's 4-4, but whatever. Anyways, they're playing Virginia, who fresh off the upset of Pittsburgh last week.
Yep.
Virginia is 5-4. Notre Dame's 8-1, ranked 8th. Notre Dame is a 23-point favorite.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I would take the points on that.
Take the points. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Wait. Take the points. No. I mean, I would bet against the 23 points, whatever that means. Take the points.
Virginia plus 23, you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, I would 100%. Because who did Notre Dame play last week? Do you have that in front of you?
Yeah, Notre Dame played. They played Florida State, our old buddies at Florida State. They beat them 52-3.
Yeah. Okay. But I thought I saw a couple of weeks ago Notre Dame play a game, and they didn't look good till the fourth quarter. But I guess you could say that about Miami too. So there you go.
Yeah, to be fair, they've been winning pretty handily since the Louisville game, which was a 1-score game that they won.
Okay.
So yeah. Notre Dame's kind of rolling right now, but I couldn't tell you anything about their team, mainly because I dislike them going back to the 80s, so I kind of ignore them if I can. But I know they have a good quarterback. Virginia's got a decent quarterback too, though. This guy Calandria,
yeah,
who last week had a good game. But yeah, I like the points too. But if we're just picking the game, Notre Dame is going to win.
Yeah, Notre Dame's going to win, but I would take the 23 points.
Yeah, there you go. I'll take the
because 20. You know what? It's just hard to beat a team by 23 points. It really is. Like, I'm surprised Miami came back and won that game before and hit the line still when they were losing by Duke. That was surprising that they did that. Unless you have an explosive offense, this is the only way Notre Dame beats Virginia by 23 is if it's just way overmatched on the field. But I don't see that. I don't think Notre Dame's not great. If you have a decent offense, I think you can score on Notre Dame.
Yeah, Virginia's losses so far are Louisville, Clemson, and then Maryland and North Carolina are not great losses, but they beat Pitt and they also beat Richmond. So let's not give them.
But you know what? But some teams get better at the end of the year. And they played, and here's the thing. Here's what's going for Virginia. They played their best game last week. So that's good.
I also want to just go back to what we said on the last almost instant reaction, is that the rest of the college football world pretends like, or thinks that like, other than a couple of teams in the ACC, everybody else is just made up of rejects. And then that just becomes this cycle where those teams get ranked higher. And then they're like, oh, well, this team was ranked high and they're playing this team. So that's a huge game instead of it, reflecting the same way in other conferences. We're like, it's just this self-perpetuating BS. And I'm not saying, obviously, the SEC has great players. We're not saying the SEC is not a great conference, but to act like it is light years ahead of all these other conferences is ridiculous. And I didn't even know those stats about us having the winning records against the conferences. And with the 4 games left against the SEC, I'm assuming that's FSU, Florida. That's probably a loss.
That's a loss, yeah.
Clemson, South Carolina, probably.
Clemson can win that.
I think the wins that. Georgia Tech, Georgia.
You never know.
Never know. I mean, and I don't know what the 4th game is. I'm just getting, I just know those are the games off the top of my head. But so there's a shot where we either finish tied or ahead in the SEC, and then what? It's like, come on, So yeah.
I think the problem, and there's no way to fix this. I think rankings, no team should be ranked till like the 5th or 6th week. But I get why they do it, because you want to see major matchups the first week, like 1 versus 5, 3 versus 4. It's great for TV ratings, but you don't know how the teams are going to be. There actually shouldn't be a rating till like the 3rd or 4th week in to the season to see how teams really play.
But even then, you're still going to have that same bias. It's always going to be the SEC's this, and then it's like when you're watching Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
and they go down like where all the universities are. It's not all the SEC. Obviously there's SEC players, there's ACC, there's whatever the Big 10, there's whatever's left of the Big 12. There's even other schools you wouldn't even dream that an NFL player is coming from. So this whole idea that it's like it's them and everybody else is just insane.
100%. All right, what's our next game, Forrest?
Did we you want to pick a score on that, or?
Oh yeah, what was it again? Notre Dame. I say they've been scoring a lot of points, so 35 to maybe they will cover, but I'm saying 35 to 17.
Yeah, I think it's at home. Notre Dame, they play well there. The crowd behind them and stuff. I don't know if they're going to cover. I'm going to say 35 to 21. What I'm going to say.
You know what? I'll take the max without cover. Let me go. I'm changing this. 17 plus 22 is what? 49?
39.
No, 39. So 39 to 17. That's what I'll say. 39-17. All right. What's the next game for us?
By the way, before we go on, the other SEC ACC matchup is Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville has a great shot to win that.
Great shot. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but that's good. I think Clemson has a good shot to win. And then you got Georgia Tech and Florida State. We'll see. But the point is we're going to be right there.
Yeah.
All right. Another game this week in the ACC that is, has implications for the ACC championship. It's SMU at home against Boston College. Boston College hasn't had the season they wanted at 5-4. They're 2-3 in the ACC, but they still, again, have got players.
Boston College also benched their starting quarterback. There's a lot of problems. Bill O'Brien, to me, has not come through a lot of I hated him at the Texans. I thought he ruined that team. I thought he's just known. He's just known for treating great players awful. And this quarterback they had ran over 1,000 yards last year. He has less than 200 yards, and he benched him. So it's obviously Bill O'Brien's,
Castellanos, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. They benched him. So it's not the quarterback, it's the coach. It's the coach. Yeah. So they got this next up. I don't know the quarterback's name, but I think it's just going to be a slaughter. I don't think it's going to be good for Boston College. But at the same time, I still don't think SMU is great. I think with a tough defense, they can be beat. So, I don't know Boston College's defense. I don't really pay attention to them a lot, but SMU wins. This is a total guess, but I'm thinking maybe 35 to 28, something like that. 35-21. I don't think SMU's that good. I really don't. I don't think they really, I know they beat Pitt really bad, but I just don't think they're good. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, Boston College got a win last week against Syracuse. They had 3 straight losses before that to Louisville, Virginia Tech, and Virginia. So they're on a tough run there. I think SMU, from what I've watched, is really good. They've beaten Pitt, they've beaten Louisville, TCU, they lost to BYU by 3, and then they have some other wins, Duke and Stanford and stuff. But
it's just, man, it just hurts my heart how Rhett Lashley is getting more out of ex-Miami players than Miami got out of them. You know what I mean? That crushes my soul, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's we're doing okay offensively.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. We are doing okay. And guess what? Those players that they do have, maybe not on the defensive side, but on the offensive side, they would not be on the field for Miami. So I understand that. And I think Miami, I think it's going to be a shootout, but I think Miami not dominates, but I think they beat SMU in the ACC if they both make it handily, like by 14, 21 points. Because I think over time, their defense is not going to be able to stop Cam. I don't know if our defense can stop anybody, but in a shootout, I'll take Cam every time.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, we're jumping ahead saying Miami's going to beat Wake Forest and Syracuse. I believe.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm saying we'll see. We'll see.
I believe they are, but if we face SMU, that's the first game I go into where I'm like, I don't know, because I thought we were going to win every other game, even the ones that were closer and stuff. But SMU, I'm going to be, just from what I've watched offensively. But to this game, the Boston College, I think SMU Bulls are 19.5-point favorites. They're at home. I think Boston College is kind of, like you said, they're in a bad place right now.
Yeah, they're in a bad place. But it's something weird about me. Wouldn't be surprised if they beat SMU too, because I don't think SMU is that good. But go ahead. Let's. So I'm saying, what I say, 35-21. What's your score?
I'm gonna say they're gonna beat them pretty bad. I'm gonna say 42-18.
Okay, cool.
Here's a big game of the week. Clemson at Pittsburgh. A lot of implications here for the ACC championship. I think if Pittsburgh beats Clemson, I think we can still be afforded another loss. I'd have to look. That's too complicated for me to get into it. But it's not that I'm wishing for other teams to lose so that Miami gets in. We control our own fate.
Yeah.
But this is a heavyweight game for the ACC. Pittsburgh, Clemson's ranked 20th. Pittsburgh just fell out of the top 25, but they're both 7-2. Clemson is 6-1 in the ACC. Pittsburgh's 3-2 in the ACC. They've had some losses there, but it's at home. They play a lot better at home. Pittsburgh.
Wait, so it's at Pitt. Okay.
That Pitt. Clemson is an 11.5-point favorite on the road, though. So that's interesting to me, just as far as if you're looking at like just what the spread is.
I mean, I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah. Pittsburgh started off the season really strong, though. They've lost their last 2. To Virginia, as we talked about, and then SMU smoked them 48-25 at SMU. I think Pittsburgh bounces back and plays better, but I don't think I watched the Clemson Virginia Tech game last week. Like I said, I was like looking at other games as soon as Miami lost. I'm like, what do we got to do here? And Clemson, struggled that first half, but then really put it together, and their defense is really stout. I think Clemson's going to win it on the road. I'm going to say 24-16. I think it'll be pretty close. So,
okay, 24-16.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, close game. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, man. I'm so like, sometimes you think Pitt is amazing, and sometimes you're like, oh, they're horrible. Like when I saw them play SMU, I was so disappointed in Pitt when they played SMU. I was like, what are they doing? They're making SMU look like all-stars out there. And it made it even more depressing because it's ex-Miami Hurricane players. So that's what, and I'm not going to lie to you. I was hoping for an SMU loss right there, but that didn't happen. So I'm saying Clemson, you know what you get. Klubnik is playing really well. He doesn't play well against a good defense, though. If Pitt defense shows up, I think Pitt could win this game, and it's really close. If Pitt defense, like an SMU, doesn't show up, I think it's a blowout. So I'm gonna hope Pitt defense shows up, and I still think Clemson wins. Wouldn't be surprised if Pitt won. I will say 35-31, a game like that. Yeah, I think because Pitt's quarterback is good. I think they're going to put up numbers, but Like, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Clemson lost. And what I hate right now is Miami fans are like, we need Clemson to lose so we could be in better position to make the playoffs. No. Miami just needs a win. Forget everybody else. All you Miami fans are saying, I hope Pitt. No. I hope Clemson loses so we can lose another game. No. If Miami loses another game, they don't deserve to go to the playoffs. Let's be honest.
And I don't think so. If this is Clemson's last ACC game, they play the Citadel in South Carolina after this. So they're done with ACC play. So even if they lost this and they went to 6-2, they look at the first thing they look at is the record against like opponents. And they've already beaten Wake Forest. So if we lose to Wake Forest, now we're tied with them with our like opponent, I'm just putting a scenario out there. And then they're looking at percentage.
No, but we beat Louisville and they lost to Louisville. So
I know, but if we lose to Wake Forest, they beat.
Oh, it's a tie. Okay,
now we're tied. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm just putting scenarios out there. Now then you go to winning percentage within the conference, and I don't even know where we stand with that against opponents. So this whole thing, we control our own fate. I don't care whether
that's right
wins or loses. We control our own fate, and that's what we should be looking at. So
just win, baby. Just win, like the Raiders. All right, Forrest, where can people see you, man?
This week or next week, I'm going to be at Mic Drop Mania in Chandler, Arizona. Near you been there in Phoenix, outside of Phoenix?
Yeah.
22nd and the 23rd. And then I'm going to be in New York City for 2 weeks doing shows up there all over the city. So ForrestShaw.net.
Nice. All right. I'm going to be at the Pasadena Ice House this Friday. It's sold out. Thank you so much for buying tickets. And then November 22nd and 23rd, I love this club. It's in New Jersey. It's totally Jersey. It's called New Brunswick, New Jersey Stress Factory with Vinny and the whole crew. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you get a chance, we sold out all the shows last year. Hopefully we can do the same this year. So I will see you out on the road. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. Thank you for all you do. We'll see you next time. Later.